Good morning, students. So today we will start with third law of Newton. Now, third law of Newton is the most, we can say, easy one, but it is also a little bit tricky. See, the definition of third law of Newton states that when a force is applied by one body on another body, then the second body applies equal and opposite force on the first body. Let us explain this. Suppose you throw a ball towards a wall. Now, when you are throwing the ball, you are applying some force. Let us call this force as Fb, the force of the ball. When this ball collides with the wall at this point, it applies the same force Fb on the wall in this direction. Now, at this very moment, the wall will also apply the same force in opposite direction. This is the force applied by the wall, Fw. So when Fb is applied, Fw is applied on the same moment, such that Fb equals to Fw but in opposite direction. So we apply sign minus sign for showing that the direction of the force applied by wall is opposite to the direction of the force applied by ball. Okay. So these are two forces which are acting in pair. Such forces are called action reaction pair. So if we say that Fb is action, then Fw will be reaction, because ball is coming towards wall, so we can say that the ball is applying an action force, and in return on the same moment wall is applying reaction force. So these two forces make an action reaction pair. So first point that we should note about third law of Newton is that there is always an action reaction pair in third law. Also, you must have noticed that the forces, both of the forces Fb and Fw, are not applied on the same object. Fb is applied on the wall while Fw is applied on ball. So the two forces are applied on separate objects and not on same object. This point is very important to understand this law. The two forces, the action reaction pair, does not mean that both of the action and reaction forces are applied on the same object. It means that the forces, action force and reaction force, which are applied, they are applied on two separate bodies. In this particular case, ball is applying action force on wall while wall is applying reaction force on the ball. So the two forces are applied on two separate objects. Let us take another example. For example, you are standing on a ground. You are just standing, you are doing nothing, you are not moving. Now, if you decide the jump, what will we do? Now, in our daily life, we do not observe that what actually we are doing to jump or to walk or to run. We simply think that when we bend our legs and force upwards, we jump. But that is not the case actually. We are not applying force in upward direction. Actually, we are applying force in the downward direction on the ground. This force applied by a man, Fm, is applied on ground. Now, when this force Fm is applied on ground, then the ground at the same moment applies same force, let us say Fg, on man. Because of this force Fg, we are able to jump. Now, whatever is the value of Fm is if Fm is large, if Fm is large, then Fg will also be large. Why? Because remember, Fm will always be equal to Fg because of the third law of Newton. So it is because of Fg that we are able to jump and not because of Fm. Okay. Now another example that we can take is the simple activity of walking. If we are walking, suppose in this direction, then what we are doing to walk? Now we think that we just put one step in front of the other and we are able to walk. But that is not the actual thing that we are doing. We do not realize this. But when we are trying to walk in this direction, then with our legs, we are applying force on the ground in this direction. Now when the force is applied on this direction, Fm, then the ground applies an equal and opposite force in this direction, Fg. And because of this Fg is that we are able to walk. If this Fg is absent, if by some way, if we say that, let us assume that Fg, the force by the ground, is absent, then does not matter how much force you apply on the ground, you will never be able to walk or run or jump. So to jump, walk or run, we require both the forces, the force applied by the man on the ground and the force applied by the ground on the man. Because of this force, the man will be able to walk. Now another thing that you must have noticed, if you are stepping off a boat, suppose this is a boat in water, and if you are stepping from boat on the ground, then you must have noticed that when we step on the ground, then the boat moves in this direction. Why does this happen? This happens because the activity of stepping from boat to ground requires us to apply force on this boat. Force applied by the man on this boat. In turn, the boat applies equal force Fb on the man, due to which we are able to step on the ground. Now because there is, if you look closely, there are actually four surfaces. The surface between man and ground, the surface between man and boat, the surface between boat and water. Okay, so there are three surfaces. Now this surface is not of any concern because we are not applying any force on this surface. But this and these two surfaces, they are very important. At this point we are applying this force Fm, and at this point Fb is applied as a reaction force. But because of this force Fm, it transfers the force, the Fm is transferred and on this surface. So boat applies a force here which is equal to Fm, but due to less friction, due to absence of friction, the water is not able to apply same amount of force on the boat, and that is why the boat starts moving in this direction when we try to step off the boat on the ground. Okay, so this is how the action reaction pair work, or the third law of Newton works. So you have to always keep in mind that action and reaction are applied on two different objects. This is the most important thing that we need to understand to understand the third law of Newton. I hope this is clear, so I'll leave you with a question. Suppose you have a horse. Let us say this is a horse. This horse is tied to a cart. Okay, they are standing on ground. This is the horse and it is tied to a cart. Now when the horse wants to move in this direction, then it applies a force, let us say Fh, on the cart in this direction. Now according to third law of Newton, the cart should also apply same amount of force, say Fc, in the opposite direction. So that means Fh is equal to Fc. Now in the topic of balanced forces, we studied that if two forces are equal and opposite in direction, then the resultant force will be equal to 0. So same condition is here. If the resultant force is equal to 0, then how is the horse able to pull the cart in this direction? Okay, try to solve this question, understand the concept. If you are able to understand, that means you have understood third law of Newton completely. So we'll discuss this problem and the further topic in the next video. Thank you.